So I need to start doing something with my life. I need to start connecting with people. I can connect with myself this this nothingness that is me. When I say nothingness, I mean non-physical. This non-physicalness that is me. Just this consciousness, right? Not my personality, not my ego, but just awareness. Life. But I need to connect with other people because I'm a human as well. Connecting with yourself, connecting with awareness is just awareness turning onto itself. It's always been there. It's always complete. It's always whole. It's always connected. If you just put your attention onto it, if you put your awareness onto awareness, you can see that. But putting my awareness on my ego, on my humanity, on my personality, I can see that this person needs other people. It's designed like that. We're wired to be social creatures. It's just how it is. I'm not I'm not a functioning human being, you know? And it's interesting when you can be aware of it and see that, you know, that it's how it all is. Like, there's no one to blame. Like, I can't blame myself, you know, because in hindsight you can see why I chose to act the way that I did, that led up to this moment. And same with anyone else. And you know, it's a part of nature. But what can be very like a trap that you can fall into is like thinking that your spiritualness is your humanness. If that makes any sense. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, what I'm trying to say is if you put these ideas, these big picture ideas into this human ego, then the human ego won't do anything in life, you know, which is, again, still part of nature. But what I'm saying is that, you know, if you say, you know, I'm not moving forward, I'm not doing anything in my life, and I can't, like, because of this, and then you just come from this high perspective of, well, I can see why I'm not doing what I'm doing because of the way that I am, which is because of the way that I have been, which is because of, you know, the environment, which is, you know, you keep going back and back and back, and it's like there's no like starting point to any of it. It's, you know, it's all contributed to it. You know, you're a product of your environment, and it's like, how can you change it? If you come from that high perspective, there's like, you know, if you keep using that as an excuse, as, you know, like, how are you gonna get anywhere? This is what I'm doing. Like, yes, I can see where I am is all part of nature. I can see it's a natural progression. But for my natural progression to go onwards, I need to let go of that idea, which is also in itself a natural progression. It's very paradoxical, this thing. Because it's like, this is why people get caught up in spiritual bypassing, because it is, but it isn't, you know? It is, but it isn't. Yes, your life is a natural unfolding. You don't really have free will. But believing that, where the fuck is that going to get you? You know what I mean? You know, it's this balance. It's like, when do you use this sort of philosophy? When, or, you know, not philosophy, but that, you know, the actual reality that it is. Because I'm not always equipped to just let go of my thoughts and my feelings and to connect with who I actually am and connect with just life and just, you know, I don't know, I don't fucking even know what I'm saying, you know? Like, you know, because for the most part, this ego believes it exists, that it's real, that it is the most realist thing that there is. And you can't abandon that, you can't avoid that. That's real. You know, the ego may not be like, who I think I am, Jasper, this human, may not, like, this, you know, this person that I say is me, this storyline, is not like, like, you see, when I'm sort of in, like, I can't really explain it, you know, like, There's this thing within you that is actually you, but most of the time we think we're somebody else. Right? There's this thing, this spaciousness or presence or this just aliveness, this consciousness. You know, there's so many words that don't even mean a thing. It doesn't do anything. But, you know, these words, like, there's this, and that's actually you. But then there's this self on top of that, overlaid onto it. And that's who I am right now, speaking. And I believe that that's me. But when I'm just consciousness, just spaciousness, presence, when I'm just life, you know, there's no belief saying that I am life. You know, it's obvious. It's reality. You don't need a belief. It's like saying, are you aware right now? Yes, I'm aware. What you're aware of doesn't matter, but you're aware. Are you alive? Yes. You know, there's no hesitation. That's you. That's me. It's knowing. Nothing more needs to be said about it. Nothing more needs to be theorized or philosophicalized about it. It's the immediate moment. It's you. It's me. It's life. But the self laid on top of it believes it's real. And this is fucking... It makes no sense to me, whatever. Speaking right now makes no sense, because I'm like saying that I'm not real, but like at the moment it's like, what does that even mean, that I'm not real? Like this person that's talking with these like thoughts and emotions, it's like, no, that's not real. It's like, I don't understand what I'm trying to get at, but like, this is how it feels when you are just the immediate moment, when you're life, when you're consciousness. And there's no, like I said, there's no like philosophicalization of it, because you just know that, you just know. You know, it's a whole dramatization. Your whole ego, it's just a play. Like you're acting. Like I am acting this part. It's like the character is acting the character though. It's like the character's taken over or something. It's like there's the actor, and the actor plays the character. But then it's like the actor plays the character, then the actor forgets that it is the character, and so it's just the character trying to remember itself, and it's just the character bumping into the character over and over again. The character, we are all the character that has forgotten that we're even playing a character. But we're the actor. There's only one actor, and that's you and me. There's one actor, and it's all of us. It's one actor playing millions, trillions, quadrillions, infinity amount of characters. And so we're all method actors. Yeah, we're method actors. You know, method actors that get so into the role that they forget that they sort of become the role. You know? Isn't that like Heath Ledger and the Joker? I don't know much about that, but you know, apparently it's like he got so like into the role of the Joker, fucking method acted this shit fucking full on, and just, you know, got lost in the character. That's what we're doing. So here I am talking about some sort of like spiritual things. And my last video was like talking about spiritual bypass. Right? Two very still valid things. Like spiritual, you know, stopping spiritual bypassing does not mean stopping spirituality altogether. It means you've got to respect this character. And you've not got to believe that your character is the actor. You know, this is what can happen, is that you end up creating this spiritual ego where you start to think that you're the actor. But the actor is not personal, because how can you be the actor if the actor is you and me and everyone and everything? It's the paradox of it. It's like you are the actor and you're not at the same time. It's not a personal thing, but you are it. So it's very tricky when you go down this spiritual path, because so many traps, man. So many fucking traps. It's all part of the journey, and you know, like, but yeah, still I've got to acknowledge my humanity and realize that it's like, you know, I've got to play this part of free will. I cannot just say it's all determined and everything's just nature doing its thing. I mean, it is, but, you know, not on the relative level, and more times than not, I'm on a relative level. You know what I mean? So it's like I got to play by the relative rules, not by the absolute rules, because I'm not there or here. So it's interesting living life. Yep, no doubt about it. So you want to hold on to it, don't you? It's like you want to hold on to these experiences that seem more truer than any other experience, you know. It's like, what the fuck am I, you know? It's like I'm just sitting here, and I recognize the profundity in this moment. Like, I recognize that I'm alive, and that's just fucking mental, but like not enough to do anything, you know. Like, I recognize, you know, these things coming up, like, fucking, this is, what the fuck, I'm alive, what the fuck, existence is, like, what the fuck am I? I'm just like doing this thing, and it's like, what the fuck, I am this thing, like, what the fuck, like, I am I am. That's all the words that need I am. You know, if you're not like fucking amazed at the fact that you are, that I am, then I don't know. But yeah, it's a balance, isn't it? Like, it's very important to realize that the profundity and miraculousness that you are, that I am. To you, it's I am. Right? Like, I can't say this for anyone else. I can only do it. I say I am. And that's amazing. But yeah, also got to balance it with, you know, like your character, your morality. What are you gonna, you know, you're here for a reason. Like, if you are, I'm reality or whatever, I'm the whole thing, then what are you doing in this body? You're here for a reason, with this mind and these thoughts and, you know, your whole experience, your senses and shit like this. It's like, you're in this physical plane, this physical body, with these fucking thoughts and feelings and shit that, you know, you're here to play the relative game. You've got to play by the relative rules. It's also important, I think, to get in touch with the absolute, though, because it's like, you know, if you're cut off from the absolute, you're cut off from God or reality, then it's like, you're always gonna be like looking for more, like fucking what else is there? You know, like, you're gonna feel kind of lost and like not at home. But if you're always clinging on to the absolute and sort of ditching the relative, ditching your humanity, your personality, then it's like, you're not, like, you know, like I said, like, you're here for a reason. And why not play the game? That's what I'm saying. Why not play the game? Because it needs to be played. It needs to be played. For instance, an example that just happened then. Someone walked past. I got a bit blushy in the face because I'm sitting here making a video, and it's like, it's hard for me to, you know, stay focused on what I'm saying and not feel, I don't know, I've got this like condition within me where it's like, I'm going to be embarrassed or humiliated, you know, it's the conditions based on my past. And this is the game that I'm talking about. This is the relative game, you know, like, this is something that I can learn and grow from. I don't know what's happening, but like, this is the human experience. This is the relative game. And it's like, I don't know what's going to come of it. I don't know what's, you know, uncertainty. But it's this balance that I'm trying to get used to, because I mean, like, of course, like, when you first get in touch with the absolute, or you get in touch with who you are, fundamentally, it's like, you know, you want to hold on to that. Of course you fucking do. Because freedom. And so you're probably going to go overbalance, you know, this is what it seems to be like, is that you're having these experiences, then you hop on the spiritual bandwagon, and then you're riding that shit, and, you know, it's completely overbalanced. Like, you know, before it was like this, like, your humanity's up here, your absolute's here, and then it's like, and then you go like that, and yeah, full on in the fucking absolute. You forget your humanity, you ditch it, and you just want to be God. But then, like, you've got to learn to fucking even that shit out, you know, and remain, like, realizing that you're home, like, you are here. It is okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything is fine. But then you've got to be here. You've got to be playing that relative game. And you've got to be your humanity. And this is what I've got to get back to. Is that I definitely have ditched a fair amount of my fucking humanity. And it's fucked up. And I ditch it because it's fucking tough. It's emotional. It's raw. It's hard. This is why people go so far on one spectrum of spirituality and ditch their humanity. It's because it's fucking difficult being a human. Fuck, you know? It's difficult. So, balancing these together. I definitely need to focus more on my ego at the moment. So yeah, that's about it.